The thing that finally tipped the scale in my favor to losing those 48 pounds in perimenopause is probably not what you think. The first thing that happened with me is I had to do a long, hard look at my own history, basically. I had decades of dieting. You know, when you're in your early 20s and you are having babies and it's easy to kind of get it off by eating less and moving more. The one thing that is totally detrimental to us in this phase of life, in perimenopause and beyond. If you take an honest look at your lifestyle up until now, if you're truthful about what you did, all of the diets, the Weight Watchers, the Slim for Life, the Atkins, the low fat, the high fat, the low carb, there are so many things. South Beach diet, just everything that you can think of. I tried it. The cabbage soup diet, there were some crazy things that we did. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of them. My point is that decades of doing that, either yo-yo dieting or just really kind of doing extreme things, it really takes a toll on your body and your metabolism, to be more specific. It really does some damage to your metabolism. Your body doesn't respond to anything, like literally anything. This was one thing that happened way in the beginning. I could not figure out why my body was not doing anything. It would not move anywhere. It did not matter how many calories I cut. It did not matter how many macro changes I made between proteins, carbs, fats. It did not matter how much I exercised or didn't exercise. Nothing was budging, and I was getting completely frustrated. And this takes a toll not only on your physical body, but on your mental body. Your mental body? Yes, I'm going with it. It just does a lot to it because you have been trying everything and you have truly been giving it your all. And nothing is working. And you feel like you're not getting rewarded and that your body's never going to change and that you're going to be like this forever. And I promise you that is not the case. Your body just needs something different. Also, it could need some repairing. It could need some healing before it wants to lose weight. Because years of restriction on your body, it actually teaches your body that it can survive on a lot less. So the more you lower what you're taking in, your body's like, oh, I can survive on this. I'm gonna just take all of this. I'm gonna take all of this in. Your body's not going to get rid of that excess fat because it feels like you are, to your body, it feels like you are starving it. And it is going to hold on to every fat cell in your body because of that fact alone. It does not want to die. Famine to your body equals death. Lowering calories to your body means famine. Put two and two together, your body thinks that you're trying to kill it if you're giving it less and less calories, right? It is not going to let go of that fat. It's not going to. If your body feels threatened like that, eating more food, even though that feels so foreign to you, to us, it did to me when I did this, even though that feels so foreign to eat more food, it actually signals safety to your body. Your body feels like, oh, she's giving us more food. We're not going to die. We're going to live. It's okay. I can kind of let up my grip a little bit because she's given us more food. I've got plenty to survive on. So I'm good to go, right? So there is that factor that your body could be just damaged from decades of all of the crazy things that we put it through, right? That is where I was. Now, I actually got certified in macros coaching. transformational macros coaching with Biceps After Babies and Amber Brezicki. And it made sense to me at the time. And this is something early on that I started because it made sense to me. I was like, oh, no wonder just looking at calories doesn't matter. If I'm eating half my calories in carbs and 10% of my calories in protein, there's not a balance there, right? There's not a balance. So I started macro counting, and I realized that my levels were all out of whack. Like my protein was super low, my carbs were way high, my fat was way high. Of course, I'm not going to be doing anything. So learning about macros and how certain combinations can work to get the right calories, the right macros in your body, macronutrients, meaning proteins, fats, carbs. I got the right combination and I found where my maintenance calories were. Now, I know this seems like a lot of work to people, but it's because it's new. It's not because it's hard. It's because it's new. And when your brain doesn't have the proof that it's easy, it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do it. Hence why I created the easy button method, because you can trick your brain. You can trick your brain. Anyway, macros to me became more of a game and piecing things together. And so I wanted to find out where my maintenance was, which is where you want to just stay the same. You don't want to be, you're going to do the natural fluctuation, right? But you don't want to trend down and you don't want to trend up, because you simply want to find out where a good spot is for you to sit in maintenance. This is where your body can heal. And I know this from experience. I found my maintenance spot, my sweet spot, and I had the macros how I wanted them, with more protein, less carbs, and less fat. And I enjoyed eating more, and my body enjoyed eating more. It just felt better. It felt more energy. I felt like I could sleep better. And it improved my overall mood, to be honest. I loved it so much, and I knew what it was doing. I knew that it was good for my body, especially after my metabolism hit, like it was hit hard with all of that, the decades of abuse basically to my body. And it felt good to eat more. So what did I do? I sat in maintenance for a year, for an entire year, because I was enjoying eating and I was enjoying how I was feeling. Now, I know most people will not do that, but if you can, that would be great. Your body will be thanking you for a very, very long time. So protein, that's where protein came in for me. Is I realized the importance of it. It helps to repair your metabolism. It helps to build your muscle instead of us losing it, because we're losing so much of it at the age of 30, we start losing it unless we're trying to do anything to maintain it, right? So protein helps you not only to maintain the muscle that you have, but it can also help you build more muscle. It can keep you satisfied so you don't binge. If you are eating enough protein at every meal, you don't even need snacks. Yep, I said it. It is also critical during perimenopause to support your body as a whole. And we need all the support we can get. Mind, body, hormones, everything. So if you are finding that nothing is working, there are a couple of things. It could be your metabolism is completely shot and it needs some repair and it needs to sit in maintenance for a while. Even a month, 2 months, 3 months is a good repair spot for your metabolism. So anything is better than nothing. That's what I always say, my mantra, something is better than nothing. So even if you can take that time to heal a little bit before you try to jump into losing weight and creating a deficit in your calories, that would be beneficial to you in the long run, now and in the long run. So just think about it, right? The other thing is eating more protein, period, is going to help in the weight loss journey. because it does help with the muscle building. And the more muscle you have, the more fat it burns. So there is a fix. It can be easy. But you do have to have a little patience in this process, right? Like I said, I took a year in maintenance, and it was hard to come out of that and do a calorie deficit because I loved eating as much as I was eating. And it was hard to go back to cutting. But I had some fat that I needed to lose, and I set that goal, and I got focused and went with it. And another note, you don't ever want to be in fat loss mode for longer than like 12 weeks at a time. You want to give your body a rest period in between there, so that way your metabolism, again, is happy, and it doesn't feel like you're going to starve it. It knows that you're going to come back and you're going to feed it properly, right? So your body needs healing possibly, and you're not eating enough protein, which I know you're hearing that from everywhere, but it is so, so true. And I am a self-proclaimed protein pusher because I know just how important it is. I know that I do not even snack now because I eat ample protein at every meal that I eat. And I actually eat 2 meals a day for the most part is what I eat. So there are other things that go along with that, but protein is the key. And just knowing that sometimes going slower, it's okay. It gets you there faster, actually. I know that sounds like it sounds counterintuitive, but it is true. Going slower is going to build your patience naturally. And just remember that just like interest, small steps compound. They compound, and it is going to pay you dividends in the end. No lie. I used to laugh when I heard that watching the football games. It's going to pay dividends. Or any sport, they talk about that. But I think it's funny. Excuse me. So my point is it could be a couple of things. It could be many things. But those are 2 of the things that come to mind right now. And I wanted to talk about them because here's the thing. It's going to take as long as it's going to take. So even if you don't get to your goal in 30 days, which is unrealistic, by the way, unless you have 5 pounds to lose, why not take the time it's going to take and just enjoy the journey? I know that sounds cliche, but I really am serious. I am coming from experience. I know this, and I've seen this in clients, and I know that you will be much happier in the end because of it, because you gave yourself a chance and you trusted the process and you were patient and you took things one easy step at a time, which is why I have the easy button method, because it's not going to be sustainable if you cannot do it easily and make it to where you don't even have to think about what you're doing anymore. It's just natural. It happens like second nature, and you can worry about, I hate worrying about anything, but you can worry about other things that are taking over your life, maybe more important. I know health should be number one, but putting the energy into just building that healthy foundation first so you don't have to think about it going forward, you know, and your body just goes into natural running mode with your foundation. And you know you're being supported. You know your mind, body, and hormones are supported in the fullest way possible without even thinking about it, really. In the grand scheme of things, you don't have to really think about it. If you have it set in place, you have a plan that fits your lifestyle, your likes, your dislikes, everything about your life, it fits perfectly into. And yes, even building in those times when certain things come up and they hit you, when life lifes you, it can still work. So here's one thing that you can do to start on this journey for yourself. It is basically making sure that you have protein at every meal. And if you aren't having protein at every meal, this is going to be the first easy step that you can take. Just make sure that you have a protein at every meal. That is it. If you already do 3 meals and you already have protein at every meal, up your protein for one of those meals or all of those meals if that sounds easy enough to you. Just do, like if you do something that's the size of your fist, meat size, do that and a half or 2 times that for one meal. Doesn't that sound easy enough? You think you can fit that in? I know you can. I know you can. Here's the thing. You can grab my free protein guide. It will help you see what certain things, how many grams of protein certain foods have in it. And it gives you some meal ideas. And yes, there's some snack ideas in there because realistically, when you're first starting out and you're doing this, you are going to still want to snack. It might be out of habit. It might be that you just feel like we're trying to figure out if your body's hungry or if it's just your brain playing tricks on you. So there's those ideas in there. And then there's some other ideas and there's a tracker in there. So grab that free guide down below and check back next week for another perimenopausal chat. And remember, something is always better than nothing.